Waking up to the sound of waves and some white breakers and a beach all to myself this way as well. Day 20 of the Oregon Coast Trail. It's still pretty early morning, but I'm enjoying this. This is so nice. It's just, there were stars last night. There were tons of stars. There's nobody on the beach. There's nobody on the beach this morning. It's right next to the golf course, so that will change, but this is peace right now. I should get going though, because if I put in some good distance today, it makes what was already a pretty short day tomorrow shorter. When I get cell signal, I need to check what's going on with these storms. If they're coming in kind of early, maybe I'll push a little bit more today. But the problem with these storms is the wind pattern is changing. So this entire trail, the wind has been at my back. So when it's gotten windy, it hasn't been that bad. With these storms, it's going to be coming up from the south and it's going to be right in my face. So fortuitously, those are going to be my short days. When I tried to plan out days with camping and tides and such, I ended up with several shorter days, and somehow that actually fits with these storms. So that wasn't planned, that was just pure luck. So gonna take another couple beats here on the beach, just appreciate, and I'm gonna get going. You know, I think I actually show a little bit more road walk. It's overrepresented than the beach, just because the beach is pretty uneventful, but oh my gosh, it is so nice, these beach sections. So I'm gonna take a moment. It's still pretty early, but man, there's some gorgeous light on the beach right now. And then just continue my very pleasant stroll down the beach. Morning light on the beach, on a natural beach too. With all the driftwood over here all lit up. Zoom in a little bit. Come back here. Whoop, the waves are coming in. But they're beautiful because they're all lit up in the morning light. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. This is pretty special. And again, I gotta enjoy it while I can, because this is gonna go away. Probably starting tomorrow. I've been sitting here enjoying the morning light on a very calm beach, and I forgot to check. I just passed the 300 mark. I'm at like 300.7 right now. So 300 miles of the trail officially down. Total is 413, so once I hit like 309, 310 today, that will be 3/4 of the trail down. Counting my blessings for today as well. It's not often you find a large piece of driftwood perfectly sized to dry out your tent. Okay, further down the beach here is my river obstacle. So heading off the beach. I got exit 146 right there. There's a green sign. Gonna be heading through Bullard's Beach State Park before I actually start my road walk. Turkeys. Right next to the trash can. A lot of them. Alright, leaving the state park. I think I have a total of 4-ish miles of road walk. Very, very small section of it is 101. That's the bridge section that's coming up. And even though it's a small section, the notes say that unlike the other bridges, there isn't a pedestrian walkway or even that much of a shoulder. However, there is a button you can push to help notify people. I don't know how effective that is, but that's pretty much what's coming up next. Oh man, they weren't kidding about no shoulder. So there's a sign up here on the right, warning of cyclists and pedestrians on Bridge Roadway, and I see a sign, that third sign up there is probably the button. So what I'm going to do is press the button, try to get over to the other side so that I'm crossing acing traffic with my bright yellow vest. Wish me luck. And this is the Coquille River. Okay, pushing the button. Sign is on. They're supposed to be going 30 miles per hour. Supposed to and actually doing it are usually two different things, not always connected. So here we go. Okay, giving me a lot of room. It's very nice. Thank you, car. All right, putting this away. Okay, something to note is I either took too long or those two things are not connected. So the lights are not flashing on this side of the bridge. So mostly people were pretty respectful. There's one truck, big pickup truck, that for sure did not slow down. But luckily I didn't have any gigantic trucks come by, which is usually the issue on the smaller bridges. But that's done. I'm getting right off the 101 very soon and gonna head through the town of Bandon. Bye-bye 101. Moving through the very small town of Bandon. I was just gonna move through it, but I saw a description of the brewery in town and it said they had wood-fired pizzas, which sound pretty good right now. And foiled, it's not open yet. Darn it. And there's the South Jetty back on the beach. Kind of a dramatic stretch of beach coming up. Tide is rising. I'll be hitting low tide in the next couple hours, I think. I don't have a tide alert for this section, so I hope all these rocks are navigable at high tide. I do have a tide alert for a river crossing in about 5 miles, which I will be hitting at a very bad time. And I'll just have to see how deep it is. Alright, this is the point I was worried about. Definitely can't sneak through the rocks there, but it does look like there's a climbable section right here over the driftwood that will get me around this point. Look at that, that's beautiful. But what's even better is that it looks like there is a point right here that I can sneak through. I'm gonna get a little wet. There's a wave coming in right now. Okay, ankle calf deep, but you know what? I'm getting through. A little bit of climbing maybe. No climbing. There's a little spot right there. I definitely timed the waves bad. If I went right now, I wouldn't have gotten wet at all. It's just a little concerned about getting through here. But ends up being a little tiny adventure. That's cool. Still making my way through the town of Bandon. Past it is a long beach stretch with my crossing, and technically there's no camping, no dispersed camping, but there are a couple of primitive campsites, and that's where my goal is for today. Okay, getting to the outskirts of the houses anyway. The sand has gotten much softer, so I'm sliding around a little bit. Everybody's been very friendly and chatty kind of going around Bandon here. I think I've talked to like maybe 6 people. I just met a woman, Amy, who is on a little road trip on the Oregon coast too, and she actually walked with me for a while, so kept me company and entertainment for that stretch. So really curious to see what this river is going to look like when I get to it, because I think I'm going to be getting to it right at high tide. This has definitely been a wet beach hike. Maybe about an hour out of high tide right now, and definitely having to splash ankle to knee deep at times just to cross the beach. Oh man, I thought this was it. This isn't even it. This is a creek crossing. So I'm just gonna try to find the shallowest part across this. Oh, this isn't even the river. This is the creek. Oh boy. Alright, here it is. New River Crossing. I was looking at satellite images and the comments not far out. I am like right at high tide. There is a sandbar out here. I saw it on the satellite image as well. Seems like what most people take. This part looks deep in the middle, and then there might be a shallower crossing over there towards land. So I'm gonna try for the sandbar. If I can find it in the water, that looks like it might be the best option. I'm right at high tide. So some of the comments on far out were at 3 foot above mean low water level tide. It was ankle deep, especially if you use a sandbar. I am at like 6.5 above mean low water. I am not hitting this at a good time at all. So I'm gonna put the phone away a little bit and see if I can find that route through to the other side. All right, here's the sandbar. Being this close to the waves at high tide makes me a little nervous, but should be coming up on the deeper part. And this is the rest of the river over here. Made it past it! I'm still kind of sinking in the silt of the river mouth there. Woo, yeah, there he is. You might be able to see it behind me. That sandbar was definitely the way to go. I got maybe calf deep trying to get out to the sandbar, and then really just ankle deep and kind of sinking ankle deep because it was silty. But made it across no problem. That should have been my major obstacle for the day. I've got a couple of tidal crossings like that I'm a little bit more prepared for with the schedule. I wasn't able to schedule this one at a good time. So that is behind me, literally behind me. So I've got so there's technically no dispersed camping on this beach. I think I mentioned that earlier. Ugh. And there's 2 primitive camping areas where it is allowed. So one is almost 4 miles, another one is almost 7 miles. I would love to make the 7-mile one today, because that means I'll have a short day as the storm starts to come in, like a really short day. But you know what? Even if I only make it to that first one, it's still going to be a relatively short day. It's just, there's going to be 20-mile-per-hour winds in my face by 2 p.m. tomorrow. I would love to be sheltered by then, but you know what? We'll see what happens. Oh, by the way, I've been too preoccupied with crossings. I forgot to note that like maybe about 4 miles ago now, I crossed 3/4 of the way done with this trail. So 3/4 done, 1/4 to go. Okay, up on this hill, there's a post right there that represents one of those primitive campsites. I think I'm gonna try for the further one, which is another 3 miles. Look at that. Beautiful. So beautiful right now. One of the things I want to note though is I think this is the first time where I've been on the beach in the late afternoon, evening and not been blown away. So this is very, very pleasant. I'll have to see if I get these 3 miles before sunset because the sand is really soft in some areas, so it's going a little slower. But even if I don't, there's still 45 minutes of daylight after sunset, so should be able to set my tent up, no problem. So about somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes of full sunset, and I'm about half a mile away from that campsite. A very steep dune area. Ooh. Information, and that says campsite right beyond it. Okay, just got to get over this dune. All right, successfully set up during the daylight hours. Okay, walking through soft sand like that really does take a lot out of you. But made it to the campsite, got cute buoys around me, can hear the waves against the dunes, so I'm really happy for that. Tomorrow the storms start, so the winds are going to shift. They're actually probably shifting right now. Looks like around, they were coming from the northwest. About 10 o'clock they're going to be coming from the east, and then by 2 a.m. they're coming from the south, which means blowing in my face as I'm walking on the beach. And then they're really going to take off around 2 or 3 p.m. But they're still going to be pretty strong late morning. Good thing is I'm 11.3 miles from my next planned campsite, which is Cape Blanco State Park. So hoping to get there pretty early, get a good judge of what the next few days have in store. It shouldn't rain tomorrow. It was just predicting wind. But finishing this dune section, going past Flores Lake, over Cape Blanco, and then ending in the state park.